Nations around the world have been reacting to that UN landmark climate report that issued a code red for humanity.
The climate situation is both high risk now and urgent, and in my view that's the definition of an emergency.
The climate crisis has arrived and is accelerating faster than most scientists expected. It's more severe than anticipated.
They say that we've got a couple of years left now to make these changes before things become irreversible. You've seen it on the TV all the time, but it really is getting, every year that passes, is getting more important to do these things.
The climate emergency is the big issue of our times, and it's incredibly urgent. The damage is visible all around us, and there's a great urgency, but the seeds of change are all around us. There's people like us, thousands of people like us, all over the place doing it on a small scale.
If we all contribute, this will evolve much quicker, and collectively we have the power to make change faster and leave a better world.
It's important for businesses to act, and to act soon. It's inevitable that we are heading towards a low carbon economy. It reminds me a little of the digital transformation we went through 20 or 30 years ago. And businesses that don't act now will be forced to act in ways that won't be as easy, rather than taking steps early on.
So for me it's really important as an individual. I mean, I'm very committed to, as we all are, I think, more than we ever have been, on living within our means. But in my day job, wearing my professional hat as Executive Director of the Manor Royal Bid, I know that this is a big issue for our companies and for the destination of Manor Royal. The places of the future and the places that will be most successful are those that are going to be the most sustainable.
Ultimately, I think if you don't do something now, you're going to get left behind. And my biggest worry is that you're going to be, we all sit in a supply chain. People are going to start looking down their supply chain, and they're going to start reviewing their suppliers, and they're going to say to them, how can you help me? It's no longer good enough for you just to sell me stationery. I need to understand the ins and outs and the minute detail of what it really looks like.
If you and your business can't prioritise anything to do with sustainability, no matter how large or small, then you will get left behind. Your business will get left behind in terms of its reputation within the wider industry. It will get left behind in terms of who wants to come and work for you and with you. There is an expectation now of banks, of suppliers, of people in your procurement and supply chain that you too are starting to think about this. And if you choose not to think about this, then they will choose not to work with you.
You only need to realise the government targets that have been set to understand the direction of travel that we're heading in towards net zero. If the climate science isn't enough to motivate you, then legislation coming down the track certainly will. There's very likely to be some kind of carbon tax. Large companies already have to declare their carbon footprint alongside their statutory accounts. So you can start to see the low carbon economy sort of appearing over the horizon. And it's going to be a lot more painful to make changes further down the track than taking steps now so that you're aligning with where we're heading.